Hello guys, it's Saturday and we are still working on Power BI. That's episode 3 for Skill Jogger, and today we're gonna talk about loading data from a folder at first. So yeah, actually loading data from a folder is useful if you want to load multiple files that have the same format, so the tables are with the same amount of columns and the same columns. Then you can load it at once and create one huge table, which is also connected to append queries option. When you have one table, one file imported into the Power BI, and you want to append another one to it because it's the same format but data from a different time period, for example, then you can use append queries. But if you are importing at first to Power BI and you know that you want to import multiple files, you can use option get data more, and here is folder, and now you have to choose the folder. So I know that my will be in Skill Jogger Power BI, but not this Power BI, like nagrania is recordings, and Power BI today's date English, and I created the folder append. I actually created duplicated one file and created the second version, just used a different name, 2023-2024. Here I can choose combine and transform data. If I would choose combine and load, then it would just automatically load. I wouldn't see what happened. So here is like a view, how it looks. Okay, let's go with OK. And this is here. So the data loaded. You can see that there is additional column that shows the name of the file that was imported, and I can add an index column. So if I will filter for the second one, I can see that it starts from row 897. So I can see that there is data that is not needed. So actually I think it should be deleted automatically, and probably there is some way to delete this row, but to be honest I'm not sure, because here when I want to remove rows, I can remove top rows, bottom rows, alternate, blank, errors. This is not error, not anything else, but at this stage of Skill Jogger Power BI, I just want to talk about general options that are in Power BI in this application. And afterwards, after finishing Power BI SQL, I will be creating some projects and everything that will come useful. And then I will be very precise and look for solutions. Right now it just takes too much time to stop at every question I have, but I would really like to know how to do this. Never mind. So you have the imported data from 2 different files. It could be 5 different files combined together, and you can just close append, and the data is loading right now. Table is created, so here is the append data, and here is everything else. So this is the first thing I wanted to show. The second thing is regarding one of the last episodes that we are talking about calendar table, and we were creating it by setting a start date, end date, and getting the steps in between. Now we would like to create a dynamic calendar table. So we will set the start date, but the end date would be today's date. Let me check how to say the word I would like to say. No matter the day it is, what day it is, it will always be today's date, right? So we need to open the Power Query window, pick the new source and blank query, and here we will create this perhaps is a function with the hash. I was talking about it in the Polish version that the course I'm doing, well, it was not cheap and there are still subjects or just small parts of the subject that are not mentioned. And for example, right here, as I used the hash date something, it was never told why you need a hash and what is used for, but yeah, it's some kind of function, hash date. And that's how we created a date, which is automatically named source and applied steps. Now with using the function fx symbol, I can add a step. It automatically suggests to use source, but we will not use that. And now we will use the function list date. So we are creating a list of dates starting from source, which was just created with the 1st January of 2022. Now we are creating a number from, and the number will be from today's date, which is date time local now. And then next, okay, and now we are gonna subtract from today's date the number from source, which was created. So how many days from the start date until today. And now again we need the function of duration, which will use the steps, which is 1 day is a step. Let's go with enter and let's see what happened there, what is wrong. Okay, duration. Okay, so we have a list of dates. Additionally, if you want to change the code to be more readable, let's say, so you can use the parts of code in a different rows, and it doesn't just go with enter as I wanted to do it. You need to go with shift enter and then it skips to the other one. If you just use enter, you are like approving the code to be applied. So enter is just like create the list and that's all. And that was also not mentioned at the course. So yeah, I look at such parts of it. So we created the list of dates. Now I can change it to table. Let's go. I can change the format to date. And now I can add columns, creating some quarters and so on. And that will be all for today. So thanks a lot for listening and see you soon. I have already prepared the module for how it's called in English, data modeling. Let's say we will talk a little bit about that, and after that some DAX, but I didn't start the DAX course yet, so it will just jogging forward all the time. And yeah, thanks for watching, see you soon, peace.